15 years ago, when I set out to drive the Pan American Highway, I had no idea how much it would change my life. The characters I met, the adventures I had, and the freedom from going to work every day. Over 2 years, I wound up driving that little Jeep 40,000 miles through 17 countries. And yes, without a doubt, it changed my life. I'll never be the same. After years of work and saving money, of course I was addicted, so I quit my new job and started all over again in Africa, circumnavigating the entire continent. This was adventure off the scale, bigger than I ever dreamed possible. For 3 years and 35 countries, I lived bigger than I ever knew was possible on planet Earth. After Africa, it was back to work, it was save money and go all over again, this time around my homeland of Australia. I pushed further into the remote outback than I ever had before, and again I saw more beautiful sights, including the world's most remote road, the Canning Stock Route. To visit my home country like this felt like an incredible achievement and something I'll remember as long as I live. And now, for our 4th international expedition, we're exploring Iceland. Join us as we discover the wild and remote corners of the land of fire and ice. My name's Dan, this is The Road Chose Me. So here we are, believe it or not, we are in Iceland and we are pinching ourselves. We are looking right now at a volcano with a glacier on top that we are rambling along. I have to show you. This is like, we just can't believe where we are right now. It feels like this is a dream. We have been planning this for so long. We have been organizing, saving money. When I say we, Katie's on board, Aurora's right here on board, the Jeep is finished. There is so much to see and do. It's actually a little bit overwhelming. I don't even really know where to begin or what to show you guys or what to tell you guys. So let's just go for it. Let's have an adventure. We're gonna try and drive up to this glacier on this volcano. And I'm not even gonna try and pronounce it because I don't want to insult anyone by butchering the name. So instead I'll just put the name down the bottom and I'll show you, there it is on the map. This is where we're exploring right now. Let's go for it. A glacier-capped volcano in Iceland. Well known for its mountains, volcanoes, glaciers, and stunning coastline, Iceland is crisscrossed by what are called F-roads, which access the good stuff, and that's exactly what we're exploring today. They range a lot in difficulty, from just a gravel road all the way to super jeeps only. The volcano we're exploring today was made famous in Jules Verne's tale, Journey to the Center of the Earth. Even all those years ago, he recognized it had a special presence, and he imagined that you could climb down through the volcano and start your journey to the center of the Earth. Although we've just arrived in Iceland, I can already feel there's something very special about this place, and I have that special feeling there are some very big adventures on the horizon. Oh my God, check this out. I've just stopped to air down the tires a little bit. It's getting kind of rough and rocky. I guess this is all like volcanic debris. And what kind of place is this to air down the tires? Peeking out of the clouds back there, that is a glacier on top of a volcano. We are already on top of the world. That is the ocean down there. This is like day 2 in Iceland, and I am blown away. This is the most beautiful place I've ever aired down my tires. Let's go for it. People often ask why I do what I do, why I'm so driven to explore the world, and why I've manipulated my whole life to do this as much as possible. Well, here it is. This is my reason right here, to get to places like this, to have these adventures. After winding around the volcano, we approach the glacier and start seriously climbing.
This is the first chance I've had to get the completed Jeep in low range and give it a good flex test. I'm certain this is nowhere near its capabilities, though it's about now it starts to feel like it's on a pretty good lean angle. By Iceland standards, this is a pretty small glacier, but it feels utterly enormous. I've dreamed about visiting Iceland for almost a decade, and it's still hard to believe this is actually real.
It is difficult to put into words how stunning this is. The glacier right there on the volcano. We just drove all the way up here. Behind me in the background, we've got the ocean on that side with more volcanoes and stunning beaches. Over here past Katie and Aurora, we've got another ocean on the other side. And looking in the distance, I can see the West Fjords and snow-capped mountains. Spoiler alert, that's where we're headed next. Oh my goodness, I'm actually shaking right now out of a little bit of adrenaline from the drive, but also just the excitement, the unbelievable realization we're here for the next 2 or 3 months. We're just gonna see how it goes, see how traveling with Aurora goes. I feel like this vehicle, Little House on Wheels, is exactly what I always dreamed of. Now that I have a family, we can have lunch inside, you know, if it gets windy or cold or raining. We might do exactly that. We might just grab lunch right now, take it all in. I don't know, we might walk over to the glacier. For now though, enjoy this unbelievably beautiful place. Hard to believe. Coming down the mountain now, I'm in low range, and I've got the transmission in manual just so I can keep it low in the gears. I'm kind of switching between second and third just so I don't have to ride the brake on the way down. But I cannot believe that is hands down the most beautiful place I have ever driven a Jeep to in my life. And I've driven Jeeps to a lot of places now, to a lot of countries and a lot of continents. I am speechless. I don't have words to describe. I'm looking at volcanoes and beaches. There's a glacier right behind me. I've got some four-wheel driving to navigate here. This is unreal for our first adventure. Thanks for joining us, and there is plenty more to come from Iceland. As I said, our goal is to be here about 2 to 3 months. We'll eventually get snowed out, is basically what's gonna make us leave. So we'll stay until it snows, basically. Our plan is to do as much of the adventurous kind of in the center of Iceland. They call them the F roads. F means mountain in Icelandic, and so all of these kind of mountain roads that go wonderful places. We'll do as many of those as we can in the next 2 months. Then it's probably going to start snowing and all of those roads will close and we won't be able to anymore. And then the plan is we'll go to the ring road, do some touristy stuff, and see what else we can find before we finally leave. That's the plan now for a while. I hope you'll join us. I hope you're as excited to check out Iceland as we are. This is utterly mind-blowing. Thanks for watching. If you're not a subscriber, now is the time. You don't want to miss the next adventures. And big thanks to my supporters on Patreon too. They make all of this possible. They're getting early access. They're getting behind the scenes content. We've been planning and talking about this Iceland trip for a long time, and the Jeep itself. So check out, there's a link in the description. You can head over to Patreon. In the meantime, I still am blown away that this is what I get to explore for the next while now. What a world, what a place. Thanks for watching. See you guys soon.
Next time on The Road Chose Me, we tackle one of Iceland's most infamous F-roads glued to the side of a mountain. You absolutely do not want to miss this. Make sure you're subscribed.